Now then, so today is sort of going to be the first of going to be many Yu-Gi-Oh videos, and we're starting off with something I'm very comfortable with because it's obviously a meta deck that also I enjoy playing, which is Swordsoul. So sort of structure of this is I'll quickly go through the deck. I will then sort of show you some of the combos in action, do that in solo mode, and then I will have a few games sort of on ladder, on ranked ladder, so you can see it in action, see how the matchup goes against a few different decks. Now, in terms of how familiar you may be with Swordsoul, if you're sort of coming in blind to this archetype, I would suggest sticking around for this first bit and the combos. If you're just kind of here for the gameplay and you know how Swordsoul works and everything, it will all be timestamped so you can skip ahead if that's, you know, what you're here for. Now, as I say, I will go over this very briefly because I think it's more important to sort of talk about the combos and how that works, rather than talk about all of this in theory, just looking at the deck. So we have quite a few one-obs in terms of like hand trap kind of cards, with DD Crow, Effect Veiler, Ghost Bell, and Nibiru. And the reason for this is Crossout Designator. So obviously these cards are just nice to have as hand traps, you know, Effect Veiler, Ghost Bell, and Nibiru specifically. But we also kind of want them for Crossout Designator, so if our opponent is going to Nibiru us, we can Crossout Designator it, just say, no, you're not doing it. Same for Effect Veiler and Ash and Max C, so that's kind of the direction to go. Also, not to mention, in the mirror match, Crossout is great because you can just declare Moye, for example, and your opponent can't use Moye. So that's kind of the point of some of these hand traps. And obviously we have Maxi and Ash because they're just great hand traps. I personally only run 2 Maxis. I know a lot of people run 3. I feel a lot better with 2. But that's just, you know, personal preference kind of thing. Put in 3 if you always run 3. So the deck's kind of split between 2 archetypes in effect. So you have your Tenyis and you have your Swordsouls. Now for the Tenyis we have Adhara, Chithana, Vishuddha, and Ashuna. Now these sort of do different things. Chithana's basically here because it's 4-star, and that is functionally the only reason we have it. Vishuddha is very nice because you can use it to bounce a card back to hand, because it's not on the field. Monster negates don't really work. Sure, like things like Baron can negate it, but plays around at least on field negates. Ashuna is very, very nice. There's a reason why we run 3 of it. This is because if we get a clumsy hand where we don't really hit Swordsouls, you can very jankily sort of use this to special summon from the deck to get the ball rolling with your synchro summons, because Adhara is a tuner, and this can be used to get, say, a Vishuddha or another Ashuna, both level 7s. You play your Adhara, which is a 1 tuner. You can start going into your 8s and get the ball rolling a little bit. Now onto sort of the main reason why this deck is so good is Swordsouls, and specifically Moye. Now, the way that sort of Swordsouls work is you get level 4 tuners, which you can then synchro with your Swordsouls to get some very powerful synchro monsters. It's really all based around getting these synchro monsters out. So Moye, Taya, and Longwan are sort of your main ones. Taya and Moye will get you your 8s, and Longwan will get you your 10s, which is going to be a Baron, Shenyang, or I always forget the name of this one, Qixing Longyan. Now, for your 8s, you can really just load in whatever you're looking for here. So Baxia is always great. Chi Zhao is amazing. 99% of the time you're going for Chi Zhao. And then you have some more niche situational ones in the form of like Dragite, Draco Berserker, and I mean, I run a Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend as kind of a, I think I've only used it once but it's been game winning. It's kind of nice to have in the back pocket. And then you have your Monk of Tenyi and your Shaman for your linking off of your Tenyi spirits. And that's kind of the main core of the gameplay, is getting these really strong synchros out, setting up negates, setting up a board that your opponent just can't break through, and taking the game from there. One other card I also want to talk about is Ecclesia. Amazing, because you can play this out, send it to the graveyard, special summon a Swordsoul, which means you can just... Ecclesia is functionally just another copy of Murye. So it's like running 6 Murye's, which is very, very good. Very, very good that she just operates like, if you miss Murye, it doesn't matter, you can play Ecclesia instead and get your Murye, which is very, very good. So that's really what we're looking for, is just that consistency of getting the Swordsoul engine going. And that's sort of where we have Swordsoul Emergence, which is lets you pull a Swordsoul from your deck. So really a lot of this is just that consistency in getting these out. In terms of card draw, we have Pot of Desires, because a lot of our cards kind of work around banishing as well. We're kind of comfortable with banishing cards anyway, specifically with this big boy, Sheng Ying, because he gives himself plus 1,000 attack and takes 1,000 off your opponent's cards when you use a pot. And also, if there's anything on the field and they have something in the graveyard, you can also banish them when those cards get banished, so it works really nicely with this. We don't really care about banishing 10 cards, to be honest. Last card I want to talk about is Arch Nemesis Protoss. Beautiful card in this deck. So the general idea is you can play this out. It's a worm, so it's searchable with a lot of your sort of searching cards like Chi Zhao and Swordsoul Emergence, and this can just win you games. Like, this can outright win you games on its own. I'll actually go off because my face is covering that. But if you've not played this card, can't be destroyed by card effects, always nice. And you can declare an attribute, destroys all of that attribute, and your opponent can't special summon next turn. Now, this can just lock your opponent out of matchup outright. You declare Dark, Branded, it's ruined. You declare Water, Swordsoul is ruined. You know, it's a very, very nice card to have. It really is just matchup winning a lot of the time. If your opponent can't remove this, you can just lock them out of what they want to do. So that's it for the list. We will switch over now, and I will sort of talk through some of the combos. We'll go into some solo, and I'll show you how it all works. Alright, so to start off, I will show you sort of the core combo that you're really sort of looking for. So you want to go turn 1 most of the time. That's kind of what you would want, because you want to set up negates on the board, and you want to get Murye or Ecclesia to start off. So summon your Ecclesia / Murye. Let's pretend this is Murye. We're getting rid of it to get Murye. Murye says we have to show our opponent a worm. So we run that many worms, you would hope that you would have one in your opening hand. We can then use this to get a Swordsoul token. Now, we can use these two because we have a tuner, and a 4 to get Chi Zhao. Now, Chi Zhao's effect lets us draw a Swordsoul, and Murye, when it is used for a synchro, lets you draw a card. Now, the order here is important. You want to do Chi Zhao, and then you want to do Murye. So the reason for this is if your opponent Ash Blossoms, they can only Ash Blossom Murye. It doesn't Ash Blossom Chi Zhao, and a searching draw is far better than a generic draw. And we want to add Longguan to the hand. Now, because we were able to show one with Murye, that means we're always going to have a worm in hand. Longguan, we now discard one of these. So this could have been any worm. It was a Shuna this time. It could be anything, whatever you have. And same thing, you get your little token out. And typically, if you're going first, you're looking to get Baron down. Later on, maybe you want Cheng Ying. It's very situational. But typically Baron. Typically Baron. And this is pretty much the core of what you're looking to do. This also lets us deal 1200. And this is sort of how turn 1 will usually look. You have a monster negate, and you have an omni negate in the form of Baron. Obviously, watch out for Nibiru, but that's sort of your core for this deck. Now for this sort of section, although this hand is very good, I will sort of show what you can do if your opponent is smart and manages to either negate your Murye or removes the tuner. So play Murye, and let's say instead of activating effect, let's say we activate it and the tuner dies instead. So this is the board state afterwards. We have Murye, but we can't get anything going. But we have Longguan. Now you'd think, well, it's okay, you know, we can go Longguan, and then we can, you know, go up to a 10. And, you know, 10's good. But we can actually do better. And so what you want to do, very specific thing to do here, is you go Chi Zhao, as usual. And the key part is using Chi Zhao very specifically, because normally 99% of the time you're going to add the card to your hand, but you can use the banish effect to really help you out. We won't do this just in case I draw into it. So what you want to do is you want to pick Blackout, and we don't want to add it to hand, we want to banish it instead. And the optional effect is when it is banished, you can summon a token, which we can then do to go into Baron again. And that's really one way to sort of play around some of your opponent's disruption. If you happen to have drawn your Longguan, you can still sort of salvage that board in effect. You can still get it going. Instead of just going up to the 10, you can also get this 8 as well. And that's sort of another one that's worth knowing and keeping in the back of your mind, is banishing this Blackout with Chi Zhao to get the additional tuner on the board. Okay, so finally, I'm going to show you sort of what your dream board is. This is really what you're going for. Now, all you need is Swordsoul, Murye, Longguan, and a Worm or a Swordsoul card. So we're going to sort of do this as quickly as possible, do the usual kind of thing. Shit, Longguan. Get this. And we're going to do, as I sort of mentioned in the bread and butter combo, we're going to summon these out. But the main thing that you're sort of always thinking about with Chi Zhao is it lets you get Longguan. But if you draw Longguan, you can go a different direction with it. So we can go Chi Zhao. Yes, we would like to draw. And yes, we would like to draw. Let that resolve. So what we're looking for here is, although we did draw an emergence, you'd want to grab your emergence, add emergence to hand. And I mean, obviously for the sake of completeness, we'll get the Baron. Now with emergence, if you control a synchro, you can get any worm. It doesn't just have to be a Swordsoul. And, you know, we got synchros. We're good to go. And we are going to grab Protoss. Now, Protoss lets us banish from our graveyard. Unfortunately, we had Shithana. So for the sake of this video, you know, very unlucky that it was Shithana that we were going for. But then you want to special summon this. Banish 3 different ones from your graveyard. And now we can activate Protoss and declare Dark. Won't destroy our own. And now with this board, we have a negate in the form of Baron. We have a monster negate in the form of Chi Zhao. And Protoss has locked them out of dark monsters and can't be destroyed by card effects. So this is sort of the dream. This is like the dream board that you can get. And obviously we set in permanent. So that's it for the combos for this deck. We will now go into some games, and you can see some of this in action, and I will try and pick ones wherever it's interesting or it's a meta matchup, and you can sort of see how it will play out. Yeah, never lose the coin flip. Never in my life have I lost a coin flip. Please, good draw. Give me something nice. Give me something nice. Something I can work with. I mean, I can work with it. Oh, actually, this actually works pretty nice. Crossout's also super nice at the moment. So we will. Put this out, so we can go Chi Zhao. And we will grab while run cross out. We can then grab a tire. Is it tire, or do we want emergence for another? Yeah, we'll get emergence, since there's no what you call it? There's no ash anymore. And we will banish. We'll banish you, because then we can have Hara to put it back into our hand and get some more fuel. And now we'll get Baron. Like we could have gone for literally the thing I showed in the combo of like getting rid. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna leave this one in just because that shows why we run cross out. You know what I mean? Fun. Okay, let's see what we're up against. I'll hopefully get some hand traps, so we don't have to sit through a million years of summoning without anything to do. There's Ghost Bell in Perm. That's pretty nice. I mean, I don't hate this hand for like going forward. Okay. And Emancipators. Let's get settled in for this one. Me. Let's imperm that. I'm kind of banking on this, like them having a bad hand and this kind of shutting them out, because if they have extenders from here, we might be a little burned. Yeah, we're a little burned. Also, something I didn't mention is like most your like Ash and Ghost being tuners is really nice. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Like them being tuners is really nice since our Tenyis are like 7-star, so we can beautiful. This is why I stopped the Durkee. I was like, I'm just praying that's enough to stop it. And it turned out to be the case. And God bless our Ecclesia. This might actually just be it, you know? like game just kind of over here. Because we can send Adhara. And the only thing that stops us here is like... So we special summon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can't play around the nib, which is kind of sad. But I guess it is what it is. But we can get 3 synchros here. Which is good. Good stuff. And Arch Nemesis. It's all very nice stuff. Oh, that's the long one. Don't even need to. Okay, we'll just get the tire then. Yeah, let's add tire to hand. Drop the Adhara. Like I said, as long as no Nibiru. I'm playing on the assumption they don't have Nibiru, because this is so far past lethal, it's ludicrous. I literally said I'm working on the assumption there's no Nibiru. We have, it's okay though. Like, I should have gone Baron, shouldn't I? So I get my greed, I guess. But we have follow up to this, so it's okay. So I mean, we're gonna pick light anyway. So I guess that's fine. I'm not sad. It's fine. This is fine. I guess it. Just considering what we want to go into. Yeah, I think it's adamant. Is it? Could also go 10 years. I guess it's whether we're scared of. Because we can't negate monsters, but we can negate a... what's the word? Negate a spell. I'm thinking 10 year. Because Adamant's Fits just want those monsters on the field, don't they, you know? And we can send... Get Vishuya engrave. It's not all the way there. Pretty damn close. I should have gone Baron, shouldn't I? Game was over if I went Baron. Just negate it. I don't know why they waited until the 10 came out, to be honest. They should have really done it. The interaction before. Yeah, I mean, don't anyway. But that's a big misplay by me. I don't know why I played on the assumption they didn't have Nib. Like, I'm not a smart man sometimes. Hey, we get to go first. Tell you what, I was on a nice little streak. I had like 5 or 6 wins in a row. And then just went on a bit of a painful streak. A couple of misplays, a couple of hands that just didn't work, and lost like 2 or 3 in a row now. Where the cookie crumbles, right? Vishuda or Ashuna engrave? Both are going to be in the grave, aren't they? They have a response to that, Maxi. Okay. That's fine. We will not be playing under Maxi. Would you believe it? We will not be playing under Maxi. We'll call it there. That's me done. That's me done. I'm not playing under Maxi. We've got Nib. We got Feather Duster. we can set up for later turns. We'll be alright. But no, I'm not playing under max C. Because I mean we special summon God knows how many. Okay, yeah, so it's Swordsoul. We can probably just win this outright with a Arch Nemesis if Nib doesn't get us there already. So yeah, we wait till they've done the draw, got long one down, and then we can Nib. Just deny that Baron, you know. Deny Baron, deny Shi Jiao. Because they don't really have a follow-up past this, I don't think. Unless I'm being kind of dumb and forgetting something. I don't think they have a follow-up past this. Yeah, so now we nib. Shame that this is like a non-effect because they can still special summon the 10 Yi stuff. I mean, Vishui is fine. You know, we can salvage. Oh, that means no Baron. Beauty. Beauty. I mean, that's kind of fine, right? Give me back Nib if you want to bounce Nib back to hand. I'm good, you know? I'm kind of good with that. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's fine. I'm probably gonna feather duster this because we can probably just walk away with this one a little bit. What was it? Blackout? It wasn't in perm. Okay, glad I did that. Glad I did that. Really? I mean, we can't banish, but you know, that's fine. It does, it like denies Vishuya, which is kind of annoying. Vishuda. But you know, it's fine. I guess it works. You know, we can go in Baron and kill this. Perfectly fine. Hand's getting a little empty, but I don't know, I feel kind of safe. Like, them bouncing Nib, I do not think was the right play. Can't actually use desires. Yeah, we'll go Baron, kill that. And then we still have Nib in the pocket as well, which is yeah, I'm good with that. Kinda needed rid of that. a little bit too big to be punching over or anything like that. Just triple check they haven't got. Okay, just triple checking for Shitana. Because I would rather not have that banished. Not that far off lethal. 1k. It's pretty close. Nah. Just thinking if there was like anything I wanted to do there, but no. you know, whether it was bump this up to what would it be? Yeah, Nib. Yeah, again, King Nib. That's just how you win the mirror match, right? It's just Nibiru. Oh no, that name scares me. Runic equals 3W. Please, not Runix. No, not Runix, please. They gave us first though, so maybe we get something going. We beat a Max C as well, because we have Ash. We don't beat a Effect Veiler though. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, please. No. Okay. That's fine. We basically have a going second hand anyway. It was all part of the plan, right? All part of the plan. I'm hoping that name is like kind of a little funny, and they're not actually playing Runix. Because I'm just dipping out if it's Runix. Scare Claws. Let's just get Max C going. Don't have an Ash. Cool. Cool. Like, unless they OTK me here, we're set up. We're good to go, you know? I'm not gonna get decked out. Scare Claws. I think this is Scare. I could be wrong, but I think this is the only Scare Claw, like, searching effect there is. Like I say, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And if I am, I'm sorry, but I think that's the only Scare Claw. Yeah. Alright. Okay.